Live from the Salt Creek Tavern here in Princeton, New Jersey. It's the CWA Showcase 5 weigh-in show. Nick Costco, the commissioner, Derek Caldwell, and my broadcast partner, Jackson Turley. Got a couple athletes weighing in tonight ahead of CWA 5 in Toms River tomorrow night. Going to be a good card. And, Commissioner, I'll start with you. We have a loaded card, a lot of high-flying matchups. I think we're really excited to see what the Jersey Flair is going to be here tomorrow night.
Absolutely. We're coming from the Steel City 3 weekends ago, and now being able to be in New Jersey, super excited to get the guys on the eastern half of our map involved in the CWA Showcase 5. You're right, though. A lot of high flyers, guys that can put up points. I think the New Jersey crowd that's going to be in Toms River tomorrow night is going to be in store for some great wrestling.
And Jackson, obviously, wrestling in Jersey for the last 5-6 years. You know what that's all about. So there's a lot of familiar faces on this card for the fans that are going to be in attendance.
Yeah, a lot of guys on this card, a lot of high-flying guys, a lot of really good wrestlers here, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Without a doubt. We'll get to the weigh-ins in just a second. So main card tomorrow night will be 4 matches, 1 undercard match. So a lot of quality here for Toms River at the RWJ Barnabas Arena on the campus of Toms River North High School. So when putting this card together, was Jersey the idea? It's like, hey, we're going to put a card in Jersey. You might as well get as many Jersey guys as possible.
That's exactly what it was. You know, Nick, for us, you know, at headquarters of CWA, our goal is to be able to build these rosters out through these showcases. So the fall of 2026, when the dual meet season rolls, you guys have some familiarity with the teams that these guys are competing on. So, you know, to answer your question, yeah, we want to get these Jersey guys involved. We want guys that have wrestled at Princeton, have wrestled at Rutgers, have wrestled at Rider, and, you know, we got a good mix of that here with this card. And so we're super excited to see the guys that are wrestling, not just for the New Jersey mob, but also for the New York City response as well. They're going to be showing some hometown flair from up north as well.
When we look at the Jersey versus New York versus PA, the teams are going to be a big key next year, Jackson. I would imagine, you know, when you have rosters like that, it's like, all right, a lot of state pride's on the line now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Jersey flair, a lot of New York flair on this card, and I mean, the guys represent where they're from, so I think it's going to be really fun to see what fans come out to the arena.
So Jackson's going to run our weigh-ins. When we get there in a second, we're going to start at 195 pounds. That'll be the matchup between Scott Joel and CJ Brucky, and we're going to call them up to the scale right now. So we'll go CJ Brucky first up to the scale for his official weigh-in for tomorrow night.
Oh, come on.
Oh, he's too excited. He's so excited. He's ready to roll, baby. The scales don't actually zero out at Central Michigan, I think. That's what it is.
He might be about 20 pounds overweight at that point.
Official weight, 194.5 pounds.
CJ Brucky on weight. Good to see you. We'll call
you?
Scott Joel to the scale for our next competitor for our match tomorrow night.
How's your night going so far, Brock?
What's that?
How's your night going so far?
It's fantastic. I
Yeah.
love being around here. There's a buzz around the air right now.
Yeah?
I think, we know what we're in store for. You guys mentioned it's going to be a lot of exciting wrestling. So
Weighing in at
really just wanna put a show on
194.4 pounds. Official weight.
Put a show on for the Jersey hometown.
Make a comeback. Yeah, that's me right here. That's you.
All right, so we have one of our, I just called a banger matchup for tomorrow night. CJ and Scott right here with us here on the CWA 5 weigh-in show. CJ, I'll start with you, man. You know, you weighed in first, and obviously, you know, getting back onto the competition floor this weekend. When we talked last week, you know, you promised a lot of flair, a lot of action. Is that really the mindset going into tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things the quotes that I made, I think, is we don't know what happens when lightning strikes lightning. So I know it's going to be high-flying moves coming from the other end of the mat, and I think that all I can do is hold up my end of the deal. There's going to be a lot of cool wrestling moves being done and put on a show for the home crowd.
And Scott, I would imagine it's probably the same thing that goes for you. You know, same messaging. It's like, you know what, I'm just going to let it fly out there, do your stuff, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, for sure. I might have to steal that lightning strikes lightning line, you know. That's got me thinking over here in the chair.
Don't think too hard.
Can we do like winner actually gets that quote trademarked? I think that's a good little side bet for you too.
I like it. Gets to put it in the IG bio. That's fair. For sure.
So, Scott, for you, this is the 3rd consecutive showcase for you. So, I mean, obviously, you've gained a lot of experience in doing these over the course of the last 6 months. So, for you, what have you adjusted from coming off of a win in Pittsburgh, and what do you think you're gonna continue to do that's gonna help you get a win here this weekend?
I mean, I've just been continuing to wrestle. I don't really think too much into it. I mean, I've done the 9 minutes a couple times now, so that's cool. I'm familiar with it. That's really it.
Yeah, so I mean, I've had the pleasure to put hands on both of y'all in the past, and I mean, I know exactly what the audience is going to get when they come to this. I mean, what are y'all doing to prepare? What are y'all doing in the training room to be able to know that you have an opponent that's going to do what you do to people? You know, what are you doing to prepare for a high-flying opponent like that? Let's go with you first.
I mean, honestly, the training is all over the place for me nowadays. You know, I'm rolling jiu-jitsu. I'm working on striking. You know, I've been dabbling with a little bit of a fight camp. So I'm familiar with, you know, longer rounds, you know, and I've also been rolling with my college guys, you know, all the way through the summer. So folk style is not really too foreign of a feel compared to like when somebody's wrestling a freestyle circuit, you know. Like I'm pretty much dabbling in all styles, all forms of MMA and grappling. So I'm long-winded right now, so I think I can definitely go a 9-minute match. We're familiar with the format. Definitely going to be trying to spend a lot of time on top, and you know, that's if my takedowns and my high-flying moves work out for themselves. But I don't know. I've got a game plan, but I'm really ready to just see what happens and let it fly, put on a show. There's no pressure when we've trained as long as we have in the sport. You could throw any format at us, any style at us, and we're going to be ourselves and bring our style to it. Yeah.
I mean, he kind of took the words out of my mouth. We both coach at, you know, a college and like to stay in shape. Obviously love wrestling. We're doing it at this point. And, you know, Derek put on a great organization and, you know, everybody with him as well. So we're just going to go out there, try to give the fans a show. You know, training hasn't really switched up at all. I've been trying to catch up to CJ because, you know, I thought of myself as a side mission guy until I met this guy, and I was like, man, like I might need to step up my game. So, you know,
you have to come in the studio with us so you can get your own walkout song. Come on,
let me get a feature. You know,
when you're talking about stepping up, you're talking like social media, music, and basically everything that's non-wrestling related at this point.
You know, my side missions are a little different. You know, I drove here this morning. I mean, that's not really a side mission, but, you know, to the outside world, it's like, oh, Scott was in North Carolina. What's he doing in Jersey this afternoon? Like, so, gonna go out there and let it fly.
I love hearing that. And CJ, it's interesting you brought up the MMA training. At this point, did you ever want to focus on maybe just MMA or just jiu-jitsu, or you know what, I want to compete in pretty much all three facets?
Yeah, not really. You know, I'm kind of moving at 1,000,000 miles a minute, and I think that's what keeps things fun and fresh and brings new perspective to whatever I'm doing. I mean, it's made me a better coach. Jiu-jitsu's made me a better coach in wrestling. And, you know, everybody knows wrestling's a great background for jiu-jitsu or in MMA, so it helps just jumping from one room to the next, and it brings a fresh perspective. So at this point, I think I'm just going to stick with the side quest king MO, and I'm going to be in every room, as many rooms as possible on a weekly, monthly basis. Yeah.
So, I guess my big question is when are we going to get like a no genre release that happens during the CWA showcase? Like, is there a new album that is expected anytime soon? Like, what should we expect from that front?
I don't know. Put a beat on. Reese, let's get some freestyling going. Maybe we get a little opening jingle or something. We could write some promo. But that sounds like a great plan right there. A little music release job.
Yeah, there we go.
God, I like. That's why he's commish. That is why he's commish.
Well, Scott, it seems like CJ. I believe you said before you are walking out to your own song tomorrow
100%.
night.
100%.
Do you know what your walkout song is, or are we gonna have to wait to see what it is tomorrow night? Got any surprises for us?
No surprise. You know, I got the same walkout song. Definitely not me. I'm walking out to DMX, but you know.
I like that one. We got Scott Joel, CJ Brucky, 195 pounds tomorrow night inside Tom's River. Of course, that's going to be one of maybe a fan favorite match. I'm sure fans can start screaming, depending upon the loudness of the crowd. Maybe we'll see how we judge the fan favorite match tomorrow night. But it's certainly gonna be a big one tomorrow night. Scott Joel, CJ Brucky, 195 pounds for CWA Showcase 5.
Let's go. Thank you, boys.
Good luck, fellas.
Appreciate you.
Excellent job.
See you, bro.
The peanut gallery with the applause.
Good shit, brother.
Shit. Stuff, buddy.
That's gonna be a really good match. I mean, I'm almost tired of saying it's going to be a good match. I just kind of want to see it now. I want to fast forward, 24 hours from now? We can finally get to that one?
Right. Well, and two, I think the cool thing is with what we're doing with CWA Showcase 5 now is fantasy wrestling as well. I think that's an important time to kind of drop that little nugget as well. So folks that are interested in that kind of thing, fantasy wrestling has come to the Championship Wrestling Association. You can download fantasy wrestling app only on Apple right now. It's an Apple product only right now. We're working to get it set up for Android, and the guys that are behind the scenes doing that are getting that set up too eventually for those Android users. But fantasy wrestling, it's a pick'ems, it's a salary cap. You can go in, pick who you think is going to win each match, and there's a commissioners league that I have set up, and if you finish top 3 in my league each week, every showcase, because we're going to do this for all of them, you're going to get free CWA gear sent to you. So pretty good setup, not too bad. I think it's going to be a fan favorite as well.
Sounds like a pretty good deal. Can you imagine if they had fantasy wrestling even 5 years ago in just any capacity? I feel like that's a game changer at this point.
It's a game changer for sure, and it's really cool, and it's a really fun thing to do. It's something that you could also add to the excitement to the card.
Yeah, without a doubt. So CWA Showcase 5, their weigh-in show right here in Princeton, is presented by Barbarian Apparel. We're going to move on to our next weigh-in at 170 pounds. We're going to get Quincy Monday and Jesse Della Vecchia to the scale in just a sec, and we'll have Jackson run those weigh-ins. But this is obviously a very, very exciting matchup between two former NCAA finalists.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Whenever we were able to get this one on the books, it was one that I was ecstatic to see. Obviously, Quincy, he has experience. He's 1-0 in the CWA. He had a 9-5 win the night before NCAAs in Philadelphia against John Van Brill. But Jesse reached out to us not too long ago and said, hey man, listen, I can still do this thing, and whenever he told me that, I was like, yeah, let's make this happen. And then obviously Quincy answering the bell was huge as well. So we're really excited about this matchup. And again, I know you said like CJ and Scott, it could be the match tonight, but I mean, this one just as good.
Without a doubt. What do you make of these two guys?
I mean, this is another super exciting matchup. I mean, these two are two absolutely incredible technicians on their feet, and I think that we're going to see an exciting matchup when it comes to the neutral position.
Well, welcome the two guys to the scale. We'll bring up Quincy Monday first to the scale for his weigh-in at 170 pounds for tomorrow night.
How you doing?
How we doing?
Weighing in at 168.5 official weight.
We got Quincy Monday to the set. How you doing?
Cute. How are you, buddy?
We're going to bring up Jesse Della Vecchia for his official weigh-in.
Official weight 170 flat.
Right on the dot right here. So we're going to bring Quincy and Jesse to the set right here. And Quincy, I'll start with you. Derek already alluded to that you are a CWA veteran. What makes you keep coming back here for a card like this?
You guys put on a good show, man, and I'm excited about the matchups you guys are able to put out. And I got my guys, CJ and Reese, here as well. And so now it's with them as well. And so, yeah, we're just ready to wrestle and ready to scrap.
And Jesse, for you, just the opportunity to compete, what did it mean for you to get on a card like this, considering, getting back into the full swing of things with competition?
Yeah, I mean, anytime I see an opportunity to compete, I'm like, why not? I think that's something I try and instill into my guys when I'm coaching. So try and be a little more, take on different challenges and stuff. So, yeah, I saw this opportunity, and Quincy's a good opponent. So I think it's going to be fun.
Now, you alluded to us, Jesse, or you told me earlier, that this is like a rubber match for you guys, essentially. Like, you've split in college. So, I guess, do you take anything from those two matches in college? Do you think that you guys' styles have changed enough where it's like, maybe I just need to go out and wrestle my style? Or is there something in particular that you're looking at from Quincy here?
I think it's going to be a pretty similar matchup. I think he likes space and, has good double leg and strong and explosive, and I got to go out there and close the distance and get my hands on him. So I bet, his game plan is, the exact opposite. But, yeah, that's my plan. And, we're 1-1 in college. I'm 2-1 against the Mondays right now, but so if he gets this one, we might have to do a 5th match. But no, I feel confident, and yeah, I'm ready to go.
So for you, Quincy, same thing. I mean, obviously, like, you have the experience with the 9-minute match as well. So what do you take from your match against John back in March? Like, what do you take from that to bring into this one?
Honestly, I'm not taking a lot from that match other than just being ready for the rule set and 9 minutes of wrestling. I think they're 2 different opponents. And yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We went 1-1 in college. I think I've picked up a few more tricks since then, so I'll be ready to bust those out. But I think Jesse's really good on his feet as well. I mean, I watched the panel you guys did, and he was talking about he wanted to have a match on our feet and really get after it, and I respect that a lot. I think it might be a mistake for you, but I hope we can stick to it. But I do think that Jesse's on his feet is underrated. He's got great shots, and so I respect that a lot. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what I was about to ask. We didn't have you on the panel last week, and he said that he wanted to get it done on his feet, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on that too. But you ended up going ahead and saying it. So, I mean, I'm just really excited for this match, to be honest with you. I mean, you're sitting next to two almost legends at this point, So I'm just excited to see both y'all scrap, both on your feet and on the mat.
Ready to get after it.
Quincy, what does it mean for you to have guys like Reese and CJ on the same car with you? You obviously train with them a lot, see them pretty much every day. What's it like to share the spotlight with them for tomorrow night?
It's awesome, man. I mean, these guys, I've known them for a few years now, and they're just more than like affiliates, more than a coach. They're my friends, good workout partners. And so I'm definitely excited to see Reese back out scrapping. And CJ is always, like he said, he's a side quest king. And so they motivate me and inspire me to keep living life to the fullest.
And Jesse, for you, when you put on for a Jersey card, a lot of Jersey talent in this room, and obviously going to be in the arena tomorrow, what's that mean for you?
No, it's cool, and obviously I went to school in Ryder and Jersey school, and pretty similar to what's it called? It's pretty similar to Long Island people, but I'm doing it for freaking Long Island. I love it. I'm doing it for Hofstra, and like I said, I love my Ryder guys, but we got a lot of people from Long Island coming down and supporting and watching me. So I don't know. We might have a bigger crowd from Long Island than we do from Jersey.
Is there a secret about Long Island fans and Long Island wrestling fans that us Jersey people should know about, or what's the message from the Long Island wrestling fans up there?
I don't know. Long Island wrestling's big there, and I train a lot of guys, high school kids, and a lot of my guys from college are going to be coming down supporting. So I don't know. It is very similar to Jersey people, but I think we got a little bit more of an edge to us. So.
I think you just drummed up a lot of crowd interest for tomorrow, for sure. Is there going to be just a straight New Jersey, New York rivalry in the crowd? I think the winner of this match is going to have to start getting egging on one part of the crowd over here.
So that brings me to my next point, because obviously for us, right, like as a league, we wanted to make sure that New York crowd was recognized. So now the New York City response, that's an opportunity for the Long Island folks and people in New York City or the surrounding metro area of New York City to rally around a wrestling team beyond college. So what do you think that means for those people to have a pro folk style team to look to watch compete?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of talent on Long Island, so I think, I know you're already talking to some of these guys, and if you get the right guys on the car, like, I can't see why a lot of people wouldn't go and support and watch. You guys do a great job putting this event together, so like I said, I can't see why not a lot of people would want to go and watch some folk style wrestling. So, yeah.
And Quincy, I guess a similar question for you as far as the pro league is concerned. It was folk style like the preferred way for you to go about a pro league, or how do you measure, folk style compared to freestyle when you're doing a lot of your training as well?
Yeah, it's been interesting, honestly, because at wrestling on the senior level now, it was a switch to completely freestyle. So I kind of felt like my training shifted a lot towards that, and like my mentality, my thinking. And so this has been an interesting challenge to get back into folk style. And so I think it's good though. Top and bottom wrestling, it definitely keeps you in good shape, and it's just, I don't think you ever really lose that stuff. And so it's fun to be able to get back into folk style.
Scrambling. It's the key right there.
How many scrambles can we expect tomorrow night?
Hopefully not many. Hopefully not many.
I'm sure he's rolling around a lot. Big battle on the feet tomorrow. I feel like we had that coming. Apparently Quincy's going to be wrestling from space, and Jesse's going to try to get his hands on it. So I'm interested to see the clash of styles here, so to speak, for you two guys. Jesse Delavecchia, Quincy Monday here, 170 pounds for CWA Showcase 5 in Toms River tomorrow night. Going to be a good one. Gentlemen, thank you, and good luck tomorrow for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck, boys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, face off.
Yeah.
170 pounds, Jesse Delavecchia and Quincy Monday. Got a good one, and I'm glad you brought the technician part to Jackson, which is where, these guys are both elite on their feet. A lot of great shot selection, but they both wrestle a little bit differently from their feet, where, maybe one more from space, the other one want to get there, try to get up close and personal, but it's a nice little interesting clash on the feet.
Yeah, no, these are two absolute technicians on their feet, but it's two completely different styles, right? We're saying that we want to have one guy going at him, putting hands on him, but you have another guy that wants to wrestle from space, and that always provides a very interesting match. And not to mention, they weighed in at 170. They just stood up. There was some big 170 pounders. Oh my!
They're slapped
God.
together, buddy.
I was gonna say I was 170 at one point, not obviously at that level, but when I was 170, I'm like, I was definitely not that big. Are you kidding me?
Those are some big 170 pounders.
That's a little absurd. So, Derek, anything else to add on this match for tomorrow night?
No, again, super excited for it. I think that this match has the potential to be the match of the night. Obviously, they have a lot of experience with one another. A 9-minute folk style match changes things a little bit, put people in deep water that way. We'll see if Jesse can get to his offense. Obviously, Quincy likes to keep that space like he talked about. But again, it's a clash of styles a little bit, but at the same time, I think there's going to be a lot of excitement that comes from it.
Without a doubt. I do want to mention the 130 pounds for tomorrow night. That'll be between Giuseppe Ray and Brian Courtney. That match was, it's still on, of course, for tomorrow, but that they did their weigh-in via satellite, so they will be on the card tomorrow, but they are not in attendance here tonight. So we will go ahead to our main event at 160 pounds between Reese Humphrey and Sammy Alvarez. And before we bring the guys up here, this is a fascinating matchup. I think a lot of CWA fans and just wrestling fans in general were ready for this one to, I guess, come into place, come together. You got, obviously, Reese, we were talking to him just last week. He's just like, he just wants to prove that the veterans can still do it. Sammy, fresh out of college, off an All-American run on the podium. So I feel like this is you want to talk about clash of styles, I think we got one right here.
This is like a clash of generations, basically. I mean, no offense, Reese. It's not. I'm in the same generation, buddy. It's okay. But honestly, whenever I told people that the match was happening, they kind of cocked their head and looked at me like, how did that come to be? Well, I mean, Sammy reached out to us in that whole process of Iowa and the potential of that happening, asking if it was even possible that you wrestled. And I said, no, pal, I'm sorry. If you have another year of college, you got to wait. But I'll talk to you in Cleveland. That'd be great. And so he's like, all right. And then everything landed as it did. And so I reached back out to Sammy and I said, hey, man, if you're still interested, let's see if we can make this happen. And Reese had told me a few months prior, he's like, I'm not afraid to throw my hat in the ring. So I know, I'm the NJRTC coach, but that doesn't mean I don't still have it. So I said, all right. So that's how it kind of came to be. Throughout the summer, things kind of fell into place. There was opportunity for both of them. We put it together, and that's the match that's going to highlight this thing at CWA Showcase 5. Really excited for it. And again, it's two guys from two totally different generations of wrestling. The style of wrestling that we did when Reese and I were in college is totally different than the guys, how they wrestle now. But at the same time, you watch Reese over the years in the veteran world championships and everything that he's done on the freestyle side, he's evolved his game as well. And so he can kind of, however you want to cut it, I feel like he can do it. But at the same time, Sammy has been training as a college athlete for the last 6 years and was prepared to go into a Big Ten schedule as well. So I'm really excited for this one. I think that this one could be fireworks as well. Reese says that somebody's getting pinned. Sammy says there's no chance anybody's getting pinned. So we'll find out what happens tomorrow night.
That was one of the quotes of the show last week. Jackson, you know Sammy very well. Obviously, you know Reese as well. But this match, as Derek alluded to, clash of styles. I'm not going to say clash of generations.
You can say it. It's true.
Right there, so. But I mean, the matchup itself is fascinating because you have two vastly different guys on the mat.
I mean, technically they're two complete opposites, you know. And so you do have a clash of styles, and I'll be honest, it is a clash of generations as well. But these are two super duper exciting wrestlers. You know, you have one wrestler that can throw somebody on their head, and then you have another wrestler that can slither around you, and everyone's going to be like, how the heck did that happen? Right? So I'm just super excited for this Jersey matchup. I think this is a wonderful thing that we've put together here, and this is going to be super exciting.
So we're going to bring him up to the scale right now, and Reese is already on his feet, so we're going to bring out Reese Humphrey for his weigh-in for tomorrow night for the main event at 160 pounds.
See, the difference between Reese and I is I have the dad bod. He didn't get the memo.
That's his version.
Yeah, right. That's it. That's his version of the dad bod.
Official weight, 158.9.
Solidified on weight, Reese Humphrey to the stage. We're going to bring up Sammy Alvarez now, sporting his NYC Response t-shirt as well.
I didn't mean to give you like the old man river talk. It wasn't that. Like you still.
160 flat.
Sammy Alvarez to the stage and the set. Sammy, Reese, our main event tomorrow night, 160 pounds. Reese, I'll start with you. I guess we'll keep throwing the old guy jokes over here at this point. But you told us last week how you wanted to prove that you could still do it. You're not just a RTC coach at this point and just working with your guys, but you want to prove that you could still go out there, scrap, and get a win. And especially you're gonna have a big stage for that tomorrow night.
Yeah, so I'm just excited to grow wrestling. What you guys are doing is a really honorable thing, and it's a way for wrestling to get more exposure, and so I'm just all about it. Any way that I can help, and also just having a date on the calendar and being able to compete and show everybody that I still got it is something that excites me. And the thing that's craziest for me is my son's going to be in the crowd, and I'm really excited for him. When he told me how excited he was to watch me compete, I'm like, all right, I'm all in.
And I'll stick with you real quick on that. Having him in the crowd like that, is that the first time he's actually going to see you compete at something like this?
So he came to the Veteran Worlds, which was really cool, but I don't think he really remembers it too much. So it wasn't that impactful for him. But now he's been wrestling in Jersey, PA, and the whole youth scene. He's made the U14 dual team and things like that. He's like starting to make a name for himself. So he's really into wrestling, and he really knows what it all means and how impactful it can be. And so he gets it, whether he remembers the Veteran Worlds that much, but now he really understands what it's all about, and he sees me scrap in the room, and he wants me to toe the line. I know he does, so it's going to be fun to put on a show for him.
Absolutely. So Sammy, I'll pivot over to you. Different situation. You finished up your college career back in March, All-American for Ryder. Obviously, going through a roller coaster, I would say, over the last 3 months. But but you're here now. You're in the main event. You're going to put on for Jersey once more. Obviously representing the NYC Response as well too. What does this pro debut mean for you, especially in the sport of wrestling, sticking with folk style?
Well, for me personally, it doesn't mean a whole lot, right? I think, like Reese said, growing the sport is going to be a core memory for his son, which is pretty cool, right? Whether I be a part of it as a winner or a loser really doesn't matter. I think that's just pretty cool at the end of the day. I'm a super young guy. He's got 13 years on me, right? But at the end of the day, wrestling is wrestling. Wrestling, coaching, competing is all in the same realm. And I think it's pretty cool that a lot of people think I'm going to lose to Reese, and I think I'm going to win. So let's, why not find out? And, the biggest thing is I don't want people to watch paint dry, right? I don't want people to show up and watch paint dry and be like, this guy won, but whatever, really don't really care, right? So let's just keep it exciting, entertain. Obviously, we're taking it serious, but, grow wrestling and just have fun. Have fun at the end of the day. It sounds cheesy, but just try to find a way to have a good time, I think, is the most important thing.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously for you, right, you've been doing the folk style thing for the last 6 years. And so coming into this, the rule set, it's folk style, right, but it is a little bit different. What game planning have you done or adjusting to your style of wrestling, not necessarily in terms of technique, but how you wrestle, where at on the mat and things like that? How, if any adjustments come up in your training?
Zero.
Great.
Training, honestly, has been kind of non-existent. I just came back from vacation a couple days ago. Hopped in the room maybe twice. Don't get thrown. So that's pretty much it. He's going to try to throw me. He's pretty good up there. If he ends up throwing me, then that sucks. But if he doesn't, that's awesome. But I'm pretty confident. I don't think that's going to happen. And if it does, he deserved it and he earned the position for sure, because it won't come easy. But There's been no training camp. There's been no focus or game plan. It's really not that serious. At the end of the day, we're gonna wrestle for 9 minutes. Whatever happens, happens. I don't want to turn it into a highlight reel. I don't want to be a reel on Instagram or TikTok. I don't want to be on TikTok on Tuesday and be scrolling and be like, Reese Humphrey 5, Sammy Alvarez in the crowd. That would suck. But it's gonna be fun, dude. It's really not that serious at the end of the day. Something he mentioned about his son is pretty cool. That being a core memory for that is gonna be awesome. One day I'm gonna have my own son, and I don't think I'll be lacing her up at 38, but maybe I'll tell him, look, a decade ago, me and Reese wrestled, whether I won or lost. I think it's pretty cool.
I guess Reese, along that lines, in terms of the training camp, again, being a coach, I feel like you're almost like in a training camp, seems like every week, depending upon which tournament's coming up for the international scene, getting the college guys ready as well. What kind of training adjustments did you make for this match, considering you have a pretty big freestyle focus right now, at least through the summer? So did you make any adjustments to get back to folk style?
Yep. So as a coach, you have to be really selfless, and so you're always giving. And so once I took the match, I'm obviously still coaching, and my focus is on the guys. But I put a little bit of focus towards myself and got into all the drills and did the spars and did some live. I can't do what I used to do because my neck's broken and I'm old. But Sammy and I were talking before, and he said, "This is like a Rick and Morty episode." He's on vacation. I'm 50 years old, but good wrestlers are good wrestlers. And so you don't lose that. It's like riding a bike. Like he's going to be good. I'm going to respect him. You can't fool me. You're not going to be that much out of shape. When you're good, and you got my full attention. You got my full respect. So it's going to be a show. We're going to have fun. And I really like what he said. Like, nobody's here to watch paint dry. That's not going to happen.
No, I think that's hilarious. I mean, out of all the universes in the multiverse, we somehow got this match set up right here, right? This is absolutely crazy. I mean, the training for y'all is going to be completely different compared to other people, right? You just got done with your college career, same, and then you are coaching all the time, right? So, like, I was going to ask is how do you prepare for something mentally leading up to something like this, right? Because you've always had to be able to do competitions. You've always been in a routine. You've always had a schedule, right? You said something about actually putting a date on the calendar. Like, how much has that impacted you mentally over the last couple of weeks, just knowing that you have something coming up?
It's just exciting. But, yeah, I'm a little nervous because I haven't competed in a decade. But it's exciting, too. Anything that gets you a little bit nervous is something that I look forward to and something that kind of changes you as a human. So it's just an exciting thing for me. It's going to be fun. It's a cool experience for me already.
Sam, anything change up in the noggin?
Not much. Obviously, there's no podiums around, so that's definitely helps with the nerves. But just having fun. My girlfriend's uncle is going to be in my corner. He loves wrestling, so I know that's going to be a core memory for him. So I'm stoked about that for him. My rider coach, Nick Bedleon. We got Jesse over here hanging out. That'd be cool. But, like I said, it's not that serious. Yeah, it is. We're wrestling for 9 minutes. I'm going to give my best. He's going to give his best. But, I think everything else is really not important. 9 minutes wrestling is 9 minutes wrestling. At the end of the day, wrestling is wrestling. It's riding a bike, like you said. But I think this matchup's honestly pretty comical. Reese is the head coach at NJRTC. He's got a wife. He's got a couple kids. I don't even own a dog. So it's pretty funny, So I think with that being said, I think it's more like a street cred thing or whatever. Maybe one day I'll be like, oh, hey, I beat Reese Humphrey when he was 38. But, at the end of the day, wrestling is wrestling, and it will be high-level wrestling. And I think that is what is important. It will be high level. Whatever is going on will be high level, which I'm excited about. And I don't think I'll compete again after this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I definitely need to hang it up, move on in my life and start figuring out work and things like that. But I think wrestling Reese is a good ending to my wrestling journey, what have you, however you want to say that, the chapter of my wrestling career. I think this is an awesome way, win it or lose.
And considering you guys are the main event, it'd be a great way to go out for either one of you. Same question to both of you, because you guys are the main event. You guys know a lot of the guys on the card. Reese, you obviously have Quincy and CJ out there as well. I'm curious about, are you going to be just in the back, warming up, getting ready, or are you going to be like, I'm going to watch these guys, and then I'll just run out to the mat?
I'm not sure. I'm just going to kind of feel the moment. Like when Quincy goes out there, I feel like I have to coach. He's my athlete. But his dad's going to be in the corner, so I'm excited to just let him take that. Hopefully I can just focus on being an athlete because Quincy and I have been on a song together. I've been his coach. We're buddies, but we've never been teammates. And so this is a really cool thing. We can just be athletes for once and just have that addition to our relationship. And so, yeah, it's going to be cool. CJ, we've done every single thing you could think of together. So, well, not everything. What the heck?
Pause.
No, but, yeah, so, I mean, these are my boys, so it just feels like home. We're in Jersey. It's going to be a really cool thing to have my people with me, my family, my wife's over here, and have my kids in the crowd. It feels like home.
The same question to you, Sammy. Are you going to try to soak in the moment, with the entire car with the rest of the athletes, or is this something that you want to kind of just zen out for and prepare, considering it could be your last match?
Yeah, I'll soak it in a little bit. I'm just going to worry about myself a little bit, right? I just came off competing in college, so I still have that fire of, knowing what it's like when things are on the line, which is important. But, yeah, still, enjoying ourselves. My girlfriend's uncle is going to be in my corner, which I know is going to be a core memory for him, which is sick. Win or lose, we'll bring it up maybe at the wedding one day, hopefully. But, we'll see. I think live in the moment, watch a few matches, and then, maybe 10 minutes out, really lock in. No music, just worry about position moving forward. But I do think this matchup is completely out of control because Reese, if I let him, give him a window, he will take it, and I will be counting lights. So I definitely need to look alive, and this is going to be high-level wrestling, and I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, just wanted to go back to you, Reese, with the whole team aspect, right? You're talking about being able to be athletes together with Quincy, and so then as we build the mob, right, out here in New Jersey, what does that look like for you, like going into other showcases or even into that next season in the fall of 2026?
I'm just trying to get to tomorrow right now.
Okay, brother.
We'll see.
It's good to know.
We can talk, though. You got my number.
All right.
Anything else, Jackson?
I mean, nothing else. Just absolute kudos to both of y'all to step up and do this match for the fans, right? I mean, we all know wrestling after the age of 18 is difficult as it is, right? So doing it at 25 or doing it at 38 is absolutely crazy to even think about. You said retweet?
Retweet that.
Sammy Alvarez, Reese Humphrey, 160 pounds, main event for tomorrow night, CWA Showcase 5 in Toms River. Good luck to both of you gentlemen. It's going to be a good one, and we can't wait for this one.
Hashtag boom.
Let's go. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
Our main event is set. They're on weight. This is, I'll use Sammy's term, comical, outrageous. In some ways it is because, again, we mentioned the clash of styles. We mentioned the, the age gap between, a guy just coming out of his college career, a guy who's a coach. It is a fascinating matchup when you really look at it on paper. It is, but ultimately you don't know how many opportunities you get to make matches like this. And so, with Sammy saying like this might be the last match that he actually takes in the rest of his life, like there's only one opportunity to get him then at that point, if you look at it that way. So obviously for us, the opportunity to take this match and put it together and then both to say yes and step on the line, it was a no-brainer for us, obviously. But, I'm really excited for it. I think the fans should be really excited for it. And I think Toms River North's really going to be rocking after that one. Yeah, I'll echo it to you, Jackson. Toms River North is going to be rocking tomorrow in that arena for for these guys that were here on display. Obviously, we'll see Brian Courtney and Giuseppe tomorrow night as well. Of course, an undercard match. When we look at the card in totality, I'm thinking about it as quality over quantity tomorrow. So I think we're going to see a lot of high-level stuff tomorrow overall. Yeah, it definitely is quality over quantity, right? We only have 5 matches on the card total, but you have 5 great matches that everybody is going to want to watch. Right, I mean the wrestling IQ in this building is through the roof, and you're going to watch professionals. At the end of the day, professionals wrestle some folk style. Without a doubt, CWAWrestle.com. Get your tickets for tomorrow night for Toms River North. Of course, for CWA Showcase 5. If you can't make it, of course, 24/7 streaming will have the pay-per-view link. You can just buy one individually. Of course, the bundle package is obviously still up there, Derek, as well for I believe 4, and then the next 3 matches as well. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right. We got 5 in that bundle, so you can go back. You can watch Pittsburgh with that bundle. You'll get tomorrow night as well, and then we're going to be in Detroit. We're going to be in Williamsport, and we're going to be in the Lehigh Valley, and that'll lead you right into your college and high school wrestling season. So we're really excited to be able to offer that package to everybody that chooses to partake in it. But again, a lot of great wrestling. It all starts tomorrow, though, with these 5 great matches. And I want to tell you guys, don't sleep on this undercard match, because ask Scott Joel. Matt Weinberg, that guy can go. He had a big lead on Scott, and Scott came back late in the match, won on a riding time point, 8-7. And the guy he has, Brock Biddle, an All-American for UPJ, another really solid contender. Both these guys are mercenaries in the league, so I'm really excited to see how that one pans out too. Just 2 guys that are not afraid to get after it.
That'll kick off our card tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in Toms River. Of course, CWA Showcase 5. Either buy your tickets or buy the stream. Get on board with CWA. For my broadcast partners, Jackson Turley and the Commissioner Eric Caldwell, I am Nick Costco saying so long. This has been the CWA Showcase 5 weigh-in show. We'll see you tomorrow night.